with that chocolate? You didn't even share? Yeah, we're supposed to be sharing. Sharing is caring.
I wanted the Kit Kat.
Okay.
I was gonna put it in the fridge. It was already melting. You don't like it.
I want half of that. You don't want none of that? Just like the Kit Kat was all you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. Love you. Guys, what a flippin' day. Okay? I'm just coming on to talk about this energy. And I almost said SpaceX, but I didn't come on to talk about that. So I don't know why that just came to me. But I will tell you, Elon Musk, he got himself in a fucking pickle jar now, doesn't he? So, anywhoosie, hi. Literally just got home from work, went upstairs, bitched about work to my mother. Listen to this shit. You know how I've been telling you, I feel like I'm getting like pushed out and yada, yada, yada. So be it. Hi. There was like another little bit of a thing that happened last week after the previous week of like the scheduling with the weekend thing. So my brother comes in the week of May 16th. So I asked for like personal days off. And they gave me a shit show about that. They're like, well, technically you have 1 day off, so you're really only asking for 2. I'm like, no. I'm thinking to myself, motherfuckers, I'm asking for 3. Like, I only want to work 2 days that week. Like, that's it. I got personal days, like, notice, plenty of notice, yada, yada. That didn't go so well. That's still up in there. So, today, I get a phone call. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this real life? Like, is this real life right now? She said, Courtney, I'm calling about the altercation in the bathroom. I was like, oh. I'm thinking to myself, like, if she didn't say my name, Courtney, I would have been like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, you got the wrong person. She's like, yesterday when you went to the bathroom, some lady said, like, I'll be right out, like, real quick. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. She's like, well, what did you say to her? I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't remember, She's like, well, she said that you told her to mind her own fucking business, or she wasn't going to be that fucking quick, or something among those words. And I'm like, is this like happening to me right now? Like, shit timing, okay? With the back and forth with like the scheduling and me bitching about, anywho, when spirit wants you out, they fucking want you out. Because I'm at the point where, like, me personally, like, I didn't cry. I was more like, what the frig? But like, I got to the point where I'm like I'm just not that person. You know what I mean? Like it has to be an honest mistake. But even if I said like, no worries, or like, don't worry about it, I'll use the other one. I know I got a little bit of like an accent, so I don't know if like she interpreted that with like some swears. I don't know. Like, it's gotta be an honest mistake. And I'm talking to my mom, and my mom's like, how could she, like, that's not like an honest mistake. I'm like, I don't know, Mom. Like, nobody would set me up like that. Like, there's just no reason for it. Like, even if she was having a bad day and she's like, oh my God, I think this girl might have said this or that. I do remember saying something like, don't worry about it or something, because I went into the other bathroom and the ladies were laughing at me. They're like, oh, you're going to use the public bathroom? Because I'd rather the staff bathroom, and I still wipe down the staff bathroom because I'm anal. So I don't like using the patient bathroom. People go in there to piss for STDs all fucking day. I'm straight with that shit. Guys, leave the toilet seat up. It's fucking gross. You got to worry about C. diff and all the other fucking shit. Like, I'm all set using that shit. So they were laughing at me big time because I had my gloves on, I had a mask, and I was going in there with the bleach. And they just smile and they're like, "What happened? The other bathroom's full?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What the fuck?" you know? Um, so like this woman, like bad day or not, there's nothing I could have said that even remotely sounded like fuck off or fucking this or fucking that. Like I went into my chart. You're not allowed to go on your fucking chart. You can get fired. Well, little did I know certain shit. So I'm like, oh, today's just fucking great. Am I gonna get caught for going in my own fucking chat? Look at the bruise I already have. So- I'm like, I'm gonna get caught. Like that was like the first thing on my mind. And then like right before I leave work, she's like, so Courtney, I'm like, what? So you know how like when I say like spirit wants you out, they fucking want you out. And I'm like, this isn't fair. I'm like, you are not allowed to get me to the point where I'm out like that. Like, we have an agreement. It's not happening. But they know me. They know me so well. Like, I won't work for a company with like certain stuff or this and that. And it's like, and even the thought that somebody said something like that and it just didn't happen makes me want to be like, no. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to sign off on something, right? I'm thinking, how would I not have to sign off on something like this? My mom's like, "You think you get written up?" And I was like, "I can get fucking fired." I've been written up with so many things with just health alone. You know what I mean? Like, but they don't want to fire me. Trust me. Like, they're so short staffed and this and that. Like, I'm a good employee, so I'm not really worried about that aspect of it. Um, but they already have enough. Like, that's the thing about the hospital. They set you up to fire you within weeks of you working there. Because if one thing goes wrong, they already have something on you. You know. Like, if you miss a day where they have a doctor's note or you're sick, you get you only allowed 3 in a year. So if you're out 3 times in a row, you used up all your sick days. Like, that's how fucked up it is, okay? So they coulda wrote me up a year ago. Um, they gotta give you written warnings and all that, but if they have me sign something, it's like, I'm not gonna sign something that didn't actually fucking happen. Like, I almost wanna be like, "You got the wrong person." Well, it wasn't me, but, like, it actually like, it was me. I remember her exact words being like, "I'll be out real quick," and in my head, I'm thinking to myself, like, "I'll use the other one. It was busy, like, not the end of the world." When somebody says, "I'll be out real quick," you know they're not gonna be out real quick, and I don't like using the toilet right after somebody else uses the toilet because they can take a shit or have a smelly fucking coochie. I'm anal like that, guys. So I was like, "I'll go my own way, like, I'll go clean the other bathroom." I didn't say nothing like that. I'm just like, I can't believe this is real fucking life. Well, you know when girls got stinky little coochies or they got their period, you can smell that shit. I want to gag. So if anybody's in there, I won't wait for the bathroom. I'll go to a different floor. I ain't shitting you. I'm weird like that. I wouldn't say weird. Maybe weird for some of you, but for me, I'll go to another fucking bathroom. Like that shit, like smells like a bad night a night that fucking went wrong. I don't even know. But I'm just saying. So I'm just like, this I can't believe like this like it has to be an honest mistake. But I'm like, I know I have an accent, right? I had to have been like 10 feet away from her. Like it doesn't even make any sense. Like we all wear a mask. Like so I don't know if she thought like I was angry about it because when she came out, I wasn't there. I mean, guys, I have no idea. But when I tell you we're in the energy and when spirit wants you out of a situation, they will get you out of a fucking situation. No, I didn't quit over that. I've been real good about not quitting, like real good. But the reason why I don't want to quit is because I don't want to have to get another job before I move. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do that and then leave in like 3 weeks. I mean that looks awful for like a landlord or the realtor. Like I don't want to do that. But when I say I told you a month ago that I know spirit wants me out, they sure as fuck want me out because every couple days something goes wrong. And I'm like, don't be fucking assholes. Like, don't be asshole guys. Like, we have a deal. You cannot kick me out. Like, nope. Nope. Not not until there's like something else in place. Compensation. Like, I ain't shitting you. But they're getting me right there. I'm like, oh, come on. Like I'm the person who would like to give 2 weeks, but say I would like a certain situation, I'd be like, fuck you, I'm out. Because I've just had it, and I'm just not that person. I remember saying those exact words with the last time we talked about this. But it's just shit timing because I got in another fucking argument with her in the beginning of last week or the week right after the whole week with the whole fucking switching my weekends. Because my brother was coming in. Oh, we need a 4-week notice because we're working on the schedule. Bitch, I just gave you a 5-week notice. Like everything she said, right back at you. Stop coming at me with bullshit. I want my personal days. When I ask for 3 days off, that doesn't mean because I already have 1 day off a week, that counts. Oh, they're trying to fuck you any way they can. I'm just like, okay. And then my mom's like, well, you can just go right to that hospital. I got you a job. That's not the point. That's not the point. I don't want to. You know? No. I'm going to move. So I'm just like shocked. Like, it's just not even me to even like, and even with like me, how I can be like sarcastic, like, oh, like even if I was, I first of all, I wouldn't use that type of sarcasm with somebody I didn't know, and especially with medical staff, um, definitely professional when it comes to that. So, but I'm thinking to myself, like, even if I was using sarcasm, like I would have been like, oh, fucking just my luck, or you know what I mean? But like, nothing like that. It's a new moon. Nothing like that even went down. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, really? Really, spirit? Really? Oh, fuck. I could, guys, I can get another job like that doing what I'm doing. That's not, it's not what I want to be doing. So I don't want to be put in that position. See what I'm saying? Like, I still want to be like responsible and practical about how I go out. But like I said, like it's not a coincidence when spirit wants you out, they want you fucking out. And it's like, I'm not signing a piece of paper that says I agree that this happened. So it's like I keep getting put in a position to tell the company to fuck off. That's like if I sign that piece of paper, that's like admitting like that went down. That shit went down, nothing like that. And I'm sitting I'm sitting in my chair like this. I'm like, this fucking bitch. If she did it on purpose because she was having a bad day, I'm like, spirit's gonna fucking bite you, bitch. Like, I was like fucking pissed. I was like, but there's no reason. Like, I don't piss anybody off. Like, I'm a friendly, outgoing fucking person. Like, very, so like, there's no reason for that. Unless she like really, she had to have really thought I said something. Unless she's just a nasty person. No, it just, I mean, I know looks can be deceiving, but like even her personality, the way she came at me, like, I'll be real quick. Like, it's like as if she was looking in the mirror or something, but I don't know. Like I said, like, I don't like using the toilet after somebody else uses it, right? So it just makes no sense. She just seemed like really sweet. Like there's just, you know? But she had to really have been insulted for her to say something to her big boss. Like, how do I know? Like, maybe she didn't see me turn around. How do you know, like, somebody wasn't, like, outside the door being like, oh, what the fuck? I gotta go to the bathroom. And she just assumed it was me. No, that couldn't have happened because It was our like little situation apparently. I could have sworn I just said like no worries, but I had to have been like no worries. I'll use the other bathroom. Don't worry about it. Like, but guys, we're wearing masks. I ain't shitting you. I was like 10 feet away from her, like from the hallway, from my hallway. Her hallway door is like right there. You know, to the bathroom to open it. I still had a good 10 feet to walk. You know, and if I told somebody to fuck off, I'm not gonna lie and be like, no, I didn't say that. I probably would have called my management right after it happened and was like, "Yeah, I just told someone to fuck off. So what do you want to do? What are we gonna do about this situation?" Because she was a fucking douchebag. Like that would be me. Like it would have to be justified for me to lose my shit. She was so fucking sweet. I'll be on 1 minute, like 1 second. She didn't say a minute. Like that's why I remember the situation because she was sweet. So how does it go from that to that? So I don't know. Even if I said, no worries, I'll use the other bathroom, that doesn't sound like an attitude. I didn't raise my hands like this, like, oh, like it. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Is this fucking real life right now? So, like, once again, I got put in a position. If two major bosses are talking back and forth, I'm gonna have to sign a paper. And I'm not gonna sign a paper agreeing to that's how it went down. He said, she said bullshit. No. So again, spirit's putting me in another situation. Like even if my manager was just like, all right, let's blow it off or whatever, but I do have to write it up. You just have to initial it. No, I'm not going to initial something like that and have it in my file for something that did not go down that way. You know? Shocked. 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 But not shocked. But like, whoa. Like all in my head, I'm just like let's slow down a minute, spirit. We already talked about this, but spirit's like, we ain't fucking slowing down. That's like me making an impulsive move to want to like move to another country that doesn't even speak the same fucking language and work with different fucking currency. Like spirit's like, you're not slowing down. And it's I just want to be like, slow down. Like let's just like come on, we got a deal. Like let's take it down a fucking notch. Almost a year. Which wasn't even my intention to even work there that long. That went by fast. I started in June. So just shocking. I just it's gotta be an honest accident. I just don't even understand how she could have took anything I said to that extent. That's why I said if she's having a bad day, I hope spirit bites her in the ass. And I'm not that fucking person, but she would deserve it. So talk about Mercury and energy and all the stuff that we've been talking about, right? So, and they would have fired me over a month ago with the way I went back and forth, even with like the emails. Like I was livid, you
Hi.
know. Hey, babe.
I'm gonna be talking. I'm just gonna shut your door.
You're gonna be talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Love it.
Love you more.
Dominic?
So, but she's got no. I float, guys. She's got no reason not to like me. None. I'm a friendly, outgoing person. Like I'm not like even if I'm having a bad day, I wouldn't walk by staff and roll my eyes or like it's just not a thing. It's not who I am. And I know I'd love to say like that wasn't me, but it was me. I don't know, guys. Like I just when you think like nobody would like make up lies or throw you under the bus, and I say throw you under the bus, but it's like I don't even think that's the right expression because I didn't do anything wrong. So like I just don't even know how something like that would be misinterpreted. Like the only thing I can think of is like those two bathrooms are connected, even though you got to walk through three different doors, like side by side. Unless I went back into the lab and was like, now I got to clean this fucking bathroom. Like you can hear when people are pissing on the other side of you. The toilets are fucking 2 feet away from each other, but completely different hallways, but they're side by side. See what I'm saying? So that could have happened. Maybe heard that, but I was talking to someone I work with, and Chris is like, "No, you didn't even swear when you came back. Like we were laughing at you because you were all gloved up with a mask and the bleach wipes, and we were laughing at you." But they know me too, so like when we're all shooting the shit when nobody's back there, like I swear, they swear, like so like even if like they heard me swearing or they were swearing, like we wouldn't think twice because it's just our personality. Get what I'm saying? But she like if I would have came back pissed, like she would have noticed if I came back pissed or something. Like I would have said something to like the staff that I was working with because we're all close enough to where I would have said something, you know. So I just don't understand. I just don't understand. It's gotta be an honest mistake. But like, how do you mistake that? And then, of course, I didn't even hear back from my boss. I got tomorrow off. I work on Friday. I'm just like, so now I'm sitting here like, what am I going to do? I'm not signing the fucking paper. And how are they not going to like make me sign a paper? To the management had to get involved, guys. This isn't like she didn't even have the audacity to like even come to me and be like, I'm really sorry, or like I didn't mean to piss you off, or like she like that's what I'm saying. Like where the next office over, she works for another doctor's office. Like she could have came and said something to me. Like if it like she just the way she said that just makes me think like she's a sweet person, but like I don't like the fuck. I'm not signing that piece of paper. It's like spirit, stop putting me in this situation. We have a deal. Maybe they just want me to be like, well, you don't get the deal. You got to go off of faith again. But I'm tired of going off of faith. I know that sounds shitty. I can't I can't go off of faith in this situation. Like I purposely stopped YouTube to have a fucking job in society, to have the fucking pay stubs to rent or lease or buy. It's just like, what the fuck? I guess we'll soon find out. Because I'm not signing that paper. If I get to like tell my side of the story and sign the paper, then fine. But if it's whether he said or she said, I don't fucking know. And I know Spirit doesn't want me working for another hospital. They wouldn't even let me get hired. Like Spirit would interfere. I know they would. I don't know if she's a relative of somebody else. I don't know. I don't piss anybody off. Like my coworkers like me. If anything, it took me a while to like love you to even get to like them. Like there's still some of them like I don't even like care to like talk to or work with. Like the people I worked with this week, it's like a little office. Like it was so sweet. Like even when Andrea left, she's like, it was so awesome to work with you this week. Like it was great because somebody else was on vacation, you know? It's like we have fun in that office. Like so it just doesn't make any sense. I'm just like, what is happening right now? No. But it's almost like I feel like spirits putting me in a situation like they know I won't take another fucking job. I fucking move. Real fucking. So it's almost like, do it, Courtney, do it. It's like spirits like daring me to fucking do it. Do it. Do it. It's like, oh, come on. She's in the other office, yeah. But like when I walk by in the morning, like they're busy, so I don't like stop and say hi or like wave to anybody. Like I don't go to work to make fucking friends. I don't need to know everybody in the fucking office from fucking 10 different fucking offices. But I'm not an asshole either, you know? I can't think they could fire me over that either. What they can fire me over is I've already been written up the amount of times where they have the authority to fire me. That's the problem. But they're not gonna, I wouldn't even say it's a problem because it's, first of all, it's not the end of the world. I just don't want it going down that way. And um I won't sign that paper. It's like basically admitting that to her side of the story. Like I said, like I don't see how there's a situation where I won't be able to sign that paper. Like both, like management got involved, you know? So, but it's coming off like it's my attitude. Like I had an attitude. She got to the bathroom first. Like, really? What am I fucking 4? Am I 4 years old right now? But my face says it all, but we have a mask, right? But what if like it was like a situation where I was like, oh, or like I think it happened so quick. Like I could have like spun my arms and turned around and was like, all right, I'm using the other bathroom. But I don't even think she noticed me turning around. See what I'm saying? But it could be interpreted if she really thought she did hear that. I could see how like it can get interpreted because if she really was only in there for 3 seconds and then she came back out, like she could have only went in there to pick her nose. I don't fucking know, you know. But if she really did, if it really did go down like that, and she came out 3 seconds later, 5 seconds later, I wasn't there. My door was right there. Her door was right there. I could have been like, "Oh, you got to it first." But no matter what I said, I know it doesn't sound like I definitely didn't sound like it would have been attitude. And I wouldn't have used sarcasm there. I know me, I wouldn't have. And the fact that I barely remember what I said, like, and my boss was just like, "So I want to talk to me about the altercation." The fuck? An altercation. An altercation. She had to have been the one to say something because I remember her sweet voice literally being like, "I'll only be 3 seconds." And I just remember like, I don't care if you just have to wipe your itchy I'm ass. I'm not using the fucking toilet. I'm not gonna wait. And then ingest you blowing your nose or squatting over the fucking toilet. Like, I'm just a germaphobe like that. Like, no. Like I literally went into the other bathroom and bleached everything. Like, no. And I always wipe down even the staff bathroom before I sit on the fucking toilet. That's do you know I'll even like roll the toilet paper and like take off like 5 sheets so my hands are touching it, but I'm even like this, like disgustingly touching the toilet paper. Like that's how anal I am using a bathroom that's not mine. Like I swear to God, that's how anal I am. So I'm not gonna walk into a bathroom. You do that too? Yeah. So I'm not gonna walk into a bathroom a second after. Women know. You take a shit, you smell it. You have your period, you smell it. You have a stinky crotch, you fucking smell it. And I have a mask on. So no, I don't do that. And there'll be times I walk in, I'm like, oh, someone shit 10 minutes ago. Like, nope. Walk right the fuck back out. I will hold it. Or find another bathroom. That's just how I am. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, there's so many things that I go off of, like faith, like that shouldn't be one of them. I gotta be responsible and practical here, you know? Good thing I don't want a job. Imagine if they fire me. Good thing I don't want a job at another hospital. I wouldn't get one. Like, what the fuck? Do they know who I am? I think so, yeah, a majority of my coworkers know who I am. Um, but I don't know how she would know who I am unless it's like I heard it through the grapevine, you know? But I mean, she could have set me up any day if it was like retaliation or if she really wanted to set me up if she didn't like me. Like I really feel like it was hi sweetie. I really feel like it was like an honest misunderstanding. Like I really do. But it's just so mind blowing that she heard me supposedly say fuck this or fucking that. Like that's what I'm like, that part makes no sense. Like, did she really think she heard that? You know? Yeah, grapevines. Who fucking knows? All I could think is like she went back to like the office and was just like, even if she heard me through the wall say something, if I was to even say something like that, if she was really only in there for 3 seconds, she wouldn't even heard me. Like if I was talking in the bathroom, she could have possibly heard me, you know? So I don't know, guys. But it's just like so frustrating. You know, it really is frustrating. It's like you gotta be fucking kidding me. And it's not like I know spirit just wants me out. I've been even having dreams off and on for a month, like telling them like I quit, you know? And I'm not that person. I'd rather give 2 weeks or one of my other coworkers was like, she's at the point where she's like, you might just want to claim FLMA and take like a 6 weeks break until you find something else and get paid for it. I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that route either, you know? So yeah, I can definitely get written up for it. But again, I've been written up for so many things regarding absences that I'm at the point where if they technically wanted to fire me, they could. And so everybody else that works for the hospital. It's not just me. You know what I mean? It's everybody. Like it's literally the way it's politically run and set up. It is set up that way to cover their own ass. That's what that is. I don't think they're looking for a reason. They don't want to get rid of me, you know? Um, but I'm just saying it's like shit timing. For weeks I've been going back and forth about like the scheduling and I was fucking livid. And then my brother last minute booked a trip out here, like so last minute, like 5 weeks notice. um, which is cool. I'm stoked, you know. I miss him. He's bringing Mabel. So I get to spend 6 days with them. So I only wanted to work 2 days, you know. And then Mo, the one I always talk about, he up and left. I got an email today. He's up and leaving. He took a position where, like a position like I have, he stepped down and he says it's because he wants to finish nursing school. No, he just doesn't want to work with the new management. We've already had 3 people quit in the last couple months since she took over Lauren's old job. So she's pretty difficult. You know, I think she's fair and she just wanted to come in and clean up the office, you know. I get it. And people don't like when routine changes. So people are going to be pissy and some people can deal with it and some people can't. I don't think she's an awful person. She's probably fair, but she's by the book. The other management was not by the book. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, you know? And like I said, it's not a bad thing. I mean, the hospital might run smoother if to have like, I would be that person. I probably would. If I was purposely hired to come in and clean up years and years and years of just how things work, because people get friendly and so adjusted, right? You have to come in like that. So, and all the new doctors coming in, being affiliated with like Brigham and Women's and Southern. There's so many different hospitals, right? So it's like there's always going to be like changes to the board being made, So I don't think she's like an asshole. I really don't. She's very by the book, and I just feel like when you buy the book, there's no compassion, there's no consideration, and I do expect that because I'm a human being, but I'm not human. But you know what I'm saying? There's still like there has to be a little something. Like because I some of the times I don't even like working with the staff in the hospital. So when she came in and started taking away cats and like certain stuff, I was like, oh, those girls must have a bug in their ass. They're fucking pissed. Blah blah blah. Yeah, she's fucking cleaning house. Oh hell yeah, yeah. So, um, but honestly, they're not looking to get rid of me. They would already got rid of me. You don't want to get rid of somebody who shows up to work, is reliable, and helps you out. Like there's just no reason for it. So I know they're not looking to get rid of me. I'm just saying like the way things have been going down and going back and forth. And at the end of one of the emails, she's like, well, if you really want to talk about this another way, we can do it in a professional manner. And I'm thinking to myself, this makes zero sense because I was completely professional. It was just her, stampeding, throwing her degree in my face is what she was doing because I could have battled her on that too. But what she basically did was dismiss everything I said. And that's not kosher because you're a boss when you go to higher management and there's a problem. The last thing you do is fucking dismiss it. And that's exactly what she did, you know? So, like I said, like it is what it is. She's by the book, you know? So it's not, they're not looking to fire me. I'm not, it's not that. It's just how everything's going down. And for instance, the Fool being there and the Ace of Wands, like the energy's quick. It like is, but it's like getting caught off guard with certain stuff and moving real quick. Like, but sometimes, certain change can go fast and other times it can go really slow. Like, I should probably be thankful that is the change is happening quickly because I feel like it's happening slow, you know? So it is what it is, guys. I don't think it will honestly come down to them letting me go. It would be me just being like, you know what, I've had enough. And that's the part that I don't want to happen. But I also don't want to give my 2 weeks and put myself in a situation to find another job because I don't want another job. If I seriously had to get another job, it's because I'm moving state and I'm doing it until other things kick in. I'm not going to get another fucking job living here, being in the same situation and getting stuck and having to start over again. Because that's how it works with realtors. Unless it's like within like 4 weeks. But even if I was to go to another hospital just to cover my ass like that real quick, you don't get in a hospital within 4 weeks. So even given my 2 weeks, you still technically wouldn't even get into another hospital for 6 weeks with paperwork and interviewing, no matter how desperate they are. Gotta do it by the book, by the books. Like technically, like in a hospital, like human resources, I think is like they take like 8 days, and if not longer, they could take weeks longer. And then you gotta go through employee health, and it's a fucking process. Then you gotta sign, documents, and then they gotta send them away, and to make sure government and federal shit, and you don't have charges. That takes a couple weeks, you know. So it's not like that. I'm not worried about it. It's just, it's so in my face. And I just feel like it's happening quickly and I'm not ready for it, you know? And I love change, you guys know me. But this is like happening quickly. It's like week after week. It's like, come on, Court, you know you don't want to work for a company like this. And it's like I have not gone 1 week in 5 weeks without having a major issue. Like all week it was like sports day, hat day. Like I didn't even partake. Like you want me to partake? Like I'm here to do my job. Like it's people who have their home and they work with the same people every day for years on end. It's different. That's not me. There'll be days like what I'm so quiet, and Andrea would be like, "You didn't talk to me today. Thank you for saying bye." And I'll be like, "I'm so sorry," but like, there's days like that, guys. I will do my work and I won't talk to nobody, and I don't have an attitude. Nothing. It's just who I am. I'm just so wrapped up in the research I'm doing, or you know. So they don't. It's not like they take it personally, but I'm just like, and then again, I knew better than to go on my chat, but I went into my chat. So if they find out I went into my chat, that's automatic dismissal. So it's the only thing I did where I was like, oh, I know I'm not supposed to do this. It's just happening quick. I'm just like, I'm not ready for it. You know? Like that's just where I'm at. I like quick, but like quick is quick, you know? Like it's happening quick. Like if I move, that's it, I'm out. Like no one, like my family's not getting really heads up. Like that's it. I'm just like out. Like before they'd be like, "Oh, hallelujah, she's leaving." Now they'd be like it's gonna make a massive impact. And I know the way I'm going out is quick. So, like I said, when spirit doesn't want you somewhere, they don't want you somewhere. They don't want you with somebody, they'll block it. It really does work like that. You too, Jen. You know me, I won't. I've already put myself up in the position. Like I'm not they know. They know. So, like I said, she's coming in, she's cleaning house, she's doing her job. It is what it is. But this is bullshit. It's just got to be an honest accident. I just don't understand how you would interpret me running my mouth when I almost positive swear my kids strike them dead. All I said was no worries. But there's a possibility I could have been like, no worries, I'll use the other one, but even that does not sound like the F word. It does not sound like I'm giving you fucking attitude. So it's like, what the fuck? So, yeah. So there's that. There was zero confrontation. Like when she even used the word altercation, I'm like, is that in your manuscript? Like, do you have to use that word? Like, I was just taken back with the word she used. So I'm calling you in regards to the altercation in the bathroom. I felt like I was in fucking high school. Like, is this my management or is this me as principal? Fucking altercation. It's a joke, right? Just that word pisses me off. An altercation. You want to say a fucking altercation? Sounds like fighting words, right? Like, who uses that word? Is this the principal's office, or like, did I miss something? Are you sure you're looking for me? I'm almost positive I'm the only Courtney. Are you sure it's me? Like, I'd love to be like, it was not me, but I knew it was because she was so sweet, guys. I swear to you, she was so sweet. She's like, 3 seconds, I promise. Like, she was so sweet. That's why I'm like, huh? What? Huh? Baffling. Baffling. I do not belong in the fucking world of citizens. I I can't even use the word citizens anymore because half of them are fucking illegal aliens anyway. So there's that. Over the bathroom, an altercation. There's an altercation in the bathroom. Just want to just be like, you know, fucking my life. Yeah, spirit, I know. I fucking know. Thought we had a deal. And I really thought like things were going slow. But it's like it's gonna pick up momentum now. Like if I'm at the point where I'm looking at other fucking countries to move and I'm like, I'm just gonna do it, I know this energy is about to fucking move. So, and it's a new moon, right? So, new moon. Like when it was a full moon and all this shit started is when I should have been like, I'm giving my 2 weeks, but I kept my composure. And I was like, don't do it, court. So yeah. Right? You know me. If somebody would have came at me, like I still would have been like to the point where like reasonable and professional. Like professional. Like there would have been like it wouldn't have been like that unless she was like a wicked douchebag. I would say something like that. Me in the fucking parking lot, you fucking douchebag. Like, let's fucking go. I probably wouldn't even say that. I'd probably fucking knock a bitch out. Like, you get me to a point, and if you're in my face, chances are I'm gonna walk away. But I know me. I know me. So, and honestly, yeah, I've never just like knocked someone out. I always got stopped. I've never been in an altercation one on one. I feel like I have, and then all of a sudden, like their friends would step in or my friends would step in. Like, I really don't think I'd knock somebody out. I really don't think I would. But I don't know. I wouldn't think so. Not at work. I mean, it would have to be like bad. It wouldn't be like, oh, I'm in a bad mood or you pissed me off. Like, my temperament doesn't turn that quick. You know what I mean? So, if there was an altercation between other people, I'd be real quick to step in and knock someone out. But me personally causing like an altercation, there's no reason for anything to get to that extent. You know what I mean? There's just not. So, and I've never been like a scrapper like that. Like I've always found myself in those situations, like if I get heated, but like I was never like, oh, I'm gonna kick this girl's ass. So I'm gonna. It wasn't like that. It was just like if it was the right time. Like it just happened to be like if I was in certain scenarios, I was that one. I would get to a certain fucking point of like listening to the girlfriend's bitch before I would step the fuck in if they even dared step to like one of her friends. Like it's stupid little high school stuff, but I just know I would do the same thing here and now. But I wouldn't purposely cause an altercation or like, I'm gonna fight you, you know. But I guess it just depends on how something goes down. And like I said, like if I saw like two women in the parking lot going at it, I'd be that person to break it up. Or if like I saw a man like hit a woman or something, I'd be the first one to step in the middle and tell him to back the fuck up, whether I got hit or not, you know? So it's just a very strange situation, you know? That's all. And I don't even want to say it's like disappointing because I don't want to be there either. I just didn't want it to go down this way. But again, like who are we to control how something goes down? Like I'm actually to the point where I'm 5 weeks in controlling myself with certain stuff to stay when I know spirit wants me out and I know I don't want to work for a company like this and I know I'm not like see what I'm saying? So I'm not letting it flow and naturally happen. I'm trying to stop me giving my 2 weeks, trying to stop getting fired, trying to you know what I'm saying? And typically I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, all right, well, whatever, fuck it. But I just feel like I'm in a position like stopping YouTube, not figuring it out, like how shit went down the last couple years. Like I'll be damned to put myself in a situation where I'm like, oh, well, spirits got my back and blah 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 blah, and I trust it. And this, and like, it doesn't always go down that way. And then the years that I made amazing money, I never learned how to like budget and certain shit. And it's like, where did it go? You know? So it's like I've learned a lot of things and experienced a lot of things along the way that I just don't want to put myself in a situation like that because I get irritated or didn't handle it responsibly. You know, like so it's like I'm fighting everything where my brain and my soul are telling me stop. You don't fucking belong there. But it like it doesn't want to click. Like I won't let it click. Like does that make sense? Like it's clicking, but I'm not ready to let it go yet because I let YouTube go to work in a job for society, okay, to have the pay stubs. So I sacrificed a lot. And I don't want to find myself in a situation again where I put myself in the same exact situation because I wasn't being responsible or practical. That's what I'm trying to get at, you know? So it's going to go down. I know it's going to go down. I guess I was just really hoping to like, guess I was just really hoping it'd go down a different way. Like, here's my 2 weeks, you know, like I have everything in place, like a lease signed, or if I'm going to buy, like things are in place, like things like it's just not going to go down that way for me. I already know it's not. It's going to go down exactly the way spirit has it intended to go down. I'm literally holding on to something so tight that I don't even want. But because of the sacrifice I made, it just in my head just doesn't seem like the reasonable thing to do, you know? Even though I know it's the right thing to do. So, trust me, it's going to go down the way it needs to go down. If I get fired over this, even though I shouldn't, and I do, it's because spirit's like, fucking enough court. Like, that's it. So, again, not a coincidence. Is 3 times in the last 5 weeks, like I almost lost my shit and told him to fuck off. And today was just baffling. Baffling. You know? So, I know, but I don't want to rush into something like that either. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to buy. I really don't. I really, really, really don't. Like, I know I'm there and I can, and I just, I've already went through the pre-approval, like, but I don't want to be here and what, like, being like debt and not and sell the house and with interest. Like, it's just it makes no sense for me to do that because I know I don't want to be here in 2 years when they're done high school in 3 years. Like, I know I don't. So I know that's not a route I'm gonna go. Um, I'm not positive, but I wouldn't make sense to do that, you know. Um, so, but even leasing and doing all that or renting is the same shit. Right before they check all that shit, you know. So I do have the secondary income with YouTube, which is a bonus, but it's just I know it's not going to go down the way I thought it was going to go down, which is fine. But isn't that the way shit goes down in life? And here I am, we talk about all this shit on the board, like stop trying to control this, and other people controlling this. And it's like, technically, I'm doing the same thing with work, but not in a manipulative way. Like the other energy is being manipulative. There's a big difference there, but like it's still the same thing. Like I gotta let it just flow, and I'm not because it just doesn't seem like the responsible thing to do. You know, and oh, it's very good. I live in, parents and got the rooms and got this, and I'm fine. Like, no, I don't want to be here anymore like that. And it's gonna be a hard fucking move because at this point, they don't want me gone. It's like, oh man. So I gotta figure out the living thing ASAP. ASAP. I gotta do it. It's like moving to another country, certain stuff. Like, yeah, it's on my radar. Being anywhere around here is like not on my radar. So this is like a tough decision for me. I really feel like I said, like blogging and traveling would be great. But I really feel like it's more of the hot seat and I'm gonna be stationary. Like it's not gonna be like, yeah, you can go out to dinner like that anymore. Like I just eventually it's not gonna be like that. I really feel like that's how it's gonna go down. So it's that part's stressing me out to think about it. But then it's like it's ridiculous for me not to think about it. It's so fucking stressful, guys. I know it doesn't seem stressful, but it is. That's why I said like it's happening so quick. Like I don't know what to do first. It's like I just want a break to figure out what do I do first. The energy is fucking relentless. So that's how I know it's gonna go down the way they want it to go down, and it might go down in a fucking shit show. You're quitting your job. You're moving in a month. No one's got no note. It's gonna happen fast. I think I can handle it. I'm more worried about how it goes down for like the kids. Like a quick move like that. It's gonna be quick, I know it is. But again, here we go. Can't think about it. So like everything I'm saying, like coming out of my mouth, like that's gonna be like kind of how things are gonna play out for you guys too. Like this quick energy, like gotta get to where you need to be. You know what I mean? Like if you can't catch up, then it's you get left behind. That's just how it's gonna go. So and here's the thing, even if I was to move like a few states away, it's like I still feel like I want to keep a job for security measures. And it's like spirit's like you don't get to do that. So it's just like it's so much going on in my fucking brain. And my dreams have been crazy. Crazy. What about you guys' dreams? I've been remembering mine. Um, a crystal broke in one of mine. And I was like, that's gotta be a bad omen. But I actually looked it up and a crystal breaking in front of you in your dream is like a beautiful omen. It's like changes here, knew this, knew that. I was like, whoa. But it was funny. In my dream last night, I met a guy. Yeah, he was a DJ. He told me he was a DJ. I was like, a fucking DJ. I was like, okay, kind of DJ, like Polly D DJ. What kind of fucking DJ? Like a DJ? But I remember, like, my dream felt like it lasted forever, and it was like really sweet. Um, like I remember his hair, the way he's dressed, and then all of a sudden, like there was a crowd, but we were like in different buildings. It was very fucking bizarre. I lost my keys. I remember going into like different rooms. It was almost like being in a casino or like a mansion. Like it was just, or on, like in a resort. It was strange. And like one was like a massive restaurant with like a live band, and you go in another one, it was like an auditorium with like a digital concert. Like every room was like a different type of something. And I remember looking for him in a couple rooms because we got lost. I don't remember if he said he had to go or something. It was just very bizarre. In the midst of all of it, I lost my like handbag on my wristlet with my key in it. And I wasn't really worried about my debit cards, my cigarettes, because I remember at one point, like I need a cigarette, but then I remembered it was in my wristlet. I don't remember like stressing over that. And I remember my friends were supposed to be meeting me there and they didn't show up. So I'm like roaming these like whatever I was roaming and going into like all these rooms that had different type of music. Like one would be a club, one would be like this big thing, one would be like a little thing like Nashville. It was just, and then one that was digital music. It was insane. And it's like, okay, so he was a DJ, and each room I went into was like music. So I don't know if it's like another message. But I looked for him in a couple rooms. I remember looking for him, like, where'd you go? I'm like, no, you get back here. Like, where'd you go? I just like the way you made me feel. Like, whoo, like the newness. Where the fuck you going? You know? And then I remember like waking up and remembering it. And I went to the bathroom and I was about to fall back asleep while I was remembering my dream. Caden hit me up. It was like 2 in the morning because he was at a friend's house last night. He's like, can you shut off my Xbox? I was like, I don't even know how I woke back up to that. Digital. So I'm like, okay, I went out there, shut off his Xbox. And then I think I got up to like get a drink or something. And then Max was meowing, and I'm like, it's like 2 in the morning. I'm like, fuck it, I'm feeding him. Like, I need his ass to go back to bed. And then I was telling myself how things were playing out. I ended up going back into the same dream, which is odd because you don't typically do that. Went into a couple more rooms, and my only concern was my car key because I wanted to go, you know? And I walked into a room, and then he was there, and he's like, I've been looking for you everywhere. And I don't even remember what I was saying. He's like, come sit over here. Like you could just tell by like by my face or something, like something was off. And so I sat behind this like massive, yeah, it could be initials. I sat behind this massive booth where he was DJing. He's like, I gotta go on in a couple minutes, just stay here. Um he's like, look, I found your wristlet. I was like, he had my wristlet. I'm like, you had my wristlet? Like, I thought I dropped it. It was the weirdest thing. I ran into friends from high school in my dream. It was just fucking so weird. And then after that, I was literally in my car with no car key. And he was pressing the alarm to try to find my car to see if I was in my car. Like, it was the weirdest fucking dream, but I remember it. And then I finally came to the window, but I didn't realize it was him. But I realized somebody was messing with my alarm. So I hit the brake and the button because I knew my car would stop. And I was like, I'll take off. Like at that point, I didn't know what I was dealing with. I didn't even know how I got there. And then it was like finally I opened the window because I realized it was him. It's fucking strange. And then the next part of the dream, we were in the hospital. He was sharing a room with somebody, but he knew, and I believe it was like a little person because I remember looking at the calf, his calf. It was something with his walking, and then he was in a bed, and I remember going out to the hallway, and there was like flowers and like all this stuff. So I don't know if it was like how you give flowers or tea or rice or certain stuff to like Buddha. Like I didn't know if it was one of those or if somebody had died, but I gave him my key. I put my key down with everything. And then I went back into the room and the two of them were like laughing. And then I woke up. I'm like, what the fuck? Crazy. And then the night before that, I allowed somebody, we watched somebody. I watched somebody as if like I was gonna partake in a threesome, but I didn't and I knew I wasn't. And I allowed her to be on top of him. We're all outside. We're partying all fucking night. I don't remember if I was doing drugs or what. I don't know because we all were laughing and we're like, oh my God, the sun just came up. And I allowed her to get on him and they were kissing. And I remember him looking at me. And I don't remember getting mad, but I at one point I remember I was like, okay, like why did I even allow this? Then I remember like getting up and walking away as if I was like, this isn't cool. It was like the way he looked at me too was like, yeah, you giving me permission to do this? Like, but I think I remember getting like mad and walking in the house. And then I woke up from that dream. Like really strange fucking dreams. Like really strange dreams. And I'm remembering them. Multiple dreams that are just bizarre. So bizarre. And I'm just remembering them like nothing. I even remember in my dreams remembering or not remembering. Like it's just like just strange fucking dreams. Like so detailed, like when she was on top of him, like I remember the shape of her tongue and exactly how and his tongue and the way he was looking at me and the way she looked at me as if I agreed to have like a threesome or something. And I just remember sitting back and being like, I didn't like, what's happening? I didn't agree to this. Like, like, and then I just remember getting up and being like, that's not cool. Like, and the way he looked at me too was like, as if it was like it was cool. Like, I don't know. Like a very like, all right, you think that's cool? Or you're thinking about that or dreaming like you think I'm okay with that? Or like I don't like it was just like and I just remember like walking away, like, I'm not gonna argue with you, like it's not even worth my time. Like the fact that like I don't know. It was more disturbing. But at the same time, like I allowed it. Like so I don't know what that was about. And I knew exactly who the people were. That's the crazy thing. Yeah, it's like watching my own dream, but not really like, yeah. It's just like, okay, strange fucking dreams. And like quitting in my job. Like, oh, he definitely wanted me to join. Like, there's no question. But I was sitting there observing, like, I literally remember saying to myself, like, it wasn't like even turning me on. And I wasn't sitting there like, is it supposed to turn me on? Like the whole time I was sitting there, I was like, did I agree to this? Like, I agreed to this? Like, I don't really want anything to do with this. And it was just like, and I just watched him enjoy himself. And I'm thinking to myself, um, were you waiting for me to like get horny? Were you wait like it was just very, very strange. And I just walked away, put my hands up, like, you are not worth my fucking time. Like, you thought that was kosher? Like, there's one thing to fantasize, but this felt more like planned, strategized, plotted. Like, it was just like, don't think about me before you go to bed doing stuff like that or thinking like I'd be okay with that. Like, if I wake up from a dream like that, that's more like a turn off for me. Like, meet me in my dreams. Like, no. Like, to me, that's almost like taking advantage of a connection too. You know what I mean? So, just just very strange. And I'm remembering my dreams. Like, all the snakes in my dreams were belly side up one night. They were all belly side up. I can't even find anything about snakes being belly side up. And there's so many fucking different interpretations of snakes. There's not one snake with them fucking that you'll find what it means when they're belly side up. I'm like, what are the fucking chances of that? It was like in my previous dreams with the snakes, and I went from this snake to this snake. Remember when the kids were like driving their bikes around snakes, and it went from this snake, and then next thing it was in my face? I remember wanting to hurt the snakes, but I didn't actually hurt them, but they were all fucking belly side up, like a fish is dying, like belly side up, but still alive. It is the craziest fucking thing. And then I did have a dream about a Coraline situation, and it was linked to a tattoo too. But it wasn't Coraline. I think it was like the night before. It was something else. It was very fucking bizarre. But yeah, I'm remembering all of them. So, wow, that wind. But I can't find it. Like, if you guys can find it, like, props to you guys because there's so many different interpretations, and I can always find my interpretation to dreams. I can't find one damn interpretation what it means for all the snakes to be belly side up. Not one. Like, snakes usually are connected to like shady people around you, right? But like, they can be a positive thing too. It could be protection. It could be a lot of things. But sure as shit, there's not one record of somebody having a dream like that with a fucking snake. And I'm dreaming of colors. I'm still seeing green a lot. Like, it's just like they're so detailed and odd and strange. And it's almost like people belly side up, like their bellies were up, like they were laying on their backs. And I almost feel like certain people or men or exes, like even the last person I was with is like drawing me in my dreams. And it's like, you do that, but then I wake up and I realize you're doing that. It pisses me off even more, and it turns me off that you don't have the balls to do that in person and in front of me. It's one thing you want to fantasize, you want to play roles like, hey, like, you know, but I feel like it's almost like I said, the last person I'm with, I feel like he's actually doing it like as if like he's doing spells or something, like he's making it happen, but it's like it's shady. It's like entrapment. See what I'm saying? Like, it's not kosher because I'm waking up and I'm remembering our conversations, and I remember certain things that you say, and I remember certain things having full-fledged fucking conversations that you don't want to have on the fucking 3D. Like, you're not gonna do that to me because I'm telling you, I wake up and I'm even more irritated and disappointed and turned off. And it's like, I can't believe I'm dealing with a fucking child, you know? So it's like, it's almost like it's backfiring. Like, if people are doing spells and shit or trying to think about you or masturbate to your photos, like, that shit's backfiring on them. That's what that is. Because I wake up and I'm like, I wish you were more of a man that you could look me dead in my eyes and tell me what type of fantasies you're having. Like, I'd like to engage in these fantasies in real life. You know what I mean? I want that type of man. Not one that drags me into his fucking dreams thinking he's a magician. So, like, that shit's backfiring. Whether he's doing it or not, I don't know if that's what's happening, but I almost feel like that's what's happening, and little does he know, it's 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 pushing me even further away, like, with, like, 0 explanation, because you already know what you're doing if that's what you're doing it, you know? So it's fucking nuts, like, the shit, man. Like, I'm remembering how shit's going, like, it's fucking crazy. And then I remember, like, even when I wrote, like, opening new doors in dating May 2022, I'm like, "Wow, holy shit, shit is changing." And it's like they like that past energy still wants to hold on as if they're like, "That makes no sense, like, why would she go?" Or yeah, it's like but it's changing right in front of them because 'cause they're too wrapped up in shit. They should be focused on this, and they're too focused on other things, and it's like before they know it, like, it's just that's it. You're done, you know? So I don't know. Friends are, like, dating it like, the energy, you could just you see it. I know the shift is here, you know? It's one thing to masturbate and fantasize but when you're doing it purposely to draw somebody in, you're fucking with the wrong people, you know? And they obviously underestimate spirit and my guides and the power behind me who protects me. So fucking if that's what they're doing, you know? But I remember, like, literally, like, sitting there and watching her, and, like, she was sexy too, you know, and I was just like, "Okay." I've always been attracted to women, but not enough to, like, go down and fucking chomp you out, like, bleh, like, it's just not a thing, okay? If it was a thing, I'd be bisexual. Women are gorgeous. But it, like I literally was sitting there and being like, "Did I agree to this?" Like, that's all I kept saying in my head, like, "I didn't agree to this." Like, if as if it was a contract or somebody was doing it purposely to make me jealous or that's just what they want, you know, and it's like I just it was so real like that, and it was like I said, it wasn't even for me to, like, get mad or angry, it was just like my hands were up and I was just like, "I'm fucking" there's not one thing that I'm attached to when it comes to anymore. Like, I don't see potential, nothing, not one thing because of how other person's thought is. They don't realize that all that shit backfires. Their thoughts, especially when you're connected to somebody. So when you stop fucking around like that, that shit is gonna backfire. Like to the point where you wake up and it's like some people could be like you're dead to me. And it happened over time, but you were too busy in your ego or too busy, you know, dealing with that shit where you should have been focused on the other shit. Like there's not one thing. Like I'm at the little point, not one thing that anybody could come back and it's just not a thing. And it's their own doing. And I don't think they're realizing the extent of what they did in a manipulative way or a game way or an astral way. Like I just it's mind blowing. Like I can even tell, like I've had obsessors and people like on here, like I can even tell what people are doing that and it's like not even sex is in it and it's just like they want a life with me. Like I can tell like spirit shuts it down. Like if I can see something, like they shut the door, like we got this. Like because there's always going to be that people that are obsessed with people and oh I you know we belong together and it was another world and it was just this lifetime's not going to work out. It's the same song and dance with all of them. It really is the same exact scenario with each and every single one of them. Yeah, maybe in another lifetime, but you took it upon yourself to actually like make it reality for you. Like screw loose. Okay. So I don't know. It's almost like spirits like, look what this person's doing. Look what they're doing. Look how they're trying to pull you in. Like I know that's what's happening. Like, look what this person's doing. So be aware of that, guys. That's not, spirit. Don't get it twisted. That's not spirit like, oh, they're coming in and they're changing and this and that. Like that's coming in, that's like what they want, or even if they wanted something that was official and a commitment and this and that, like they're still not cleaning their karma to do that. So it's like even if it's a nice dream and you're like, oh, or your feelings are like, oh, they're changing, and oh, maybe give them the benefit of the doubt one more time, but like, no. Like no matter how it goes down, like spirit showing you, and they're not showing you to have compassion. They're not showing you. It's not about their fucking feelings. Did they care about your feelings? Did they acknowledge your feelings? Like, see what I'm saying? Like I even felt like the day after I did the video on condemnation and this and that, I was like, yeah, fucking condemn them. I almost came on, I was like, oh, all right, guys, well that sounded a little harsh, but it's like, no, it's not though. You're dealing with somebody who doesn't want to clean up their own fucking shit. If they make something official or they call it out, they know they gotta address the family, they gotta address this, it's like they don't want to do their own fucking karma. So until they realize what it is, they really want and this and that, like spirit's gonna start showing you shit. Like, cool, look what this person's doing to draw you in. But the only thing that does is when I wake up, because it's like reality, when I wake up, it's like, how many things do you have to show me to keep putting him on the no list? Like my brain really needs to be told that many times when I'm already like in disgust. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, so you must be dealing with somebody who's a pretty good fucking charmer. you know? I even have people from like my past, like people that I know will never show their face again, like coming back in my dreams and being like, I'm sorry for this and this and that, because they can't do it in the real world. And I'm just like, why is spirit showing me all this? Like, are you showing me like the real and the fake? Are you showing me like what I experienced in that scenario that year was real? But like it's weird how they're showing me things, you know? So the dreams have been nuts. And this new moon that's coming is insane. The black moon, even the thing I even googled it. Like this new moon is like 100 times just as potent, as powerful as all the new moons put together. That's like what is like okay. So say 100. I'm not very good at math in my head right this second. Let me try to find my calculator. Where's my calculator? Here it is. So if it's like 100 times more, right? So say we just divide that by like 5 years. Oh, I'd have to go by 12 first, right? See, there's too many steps in math to do that. But say you have 12 times 8. So I'd have to do 12 times 12, and here I am doing it, right? So like 12 times 10, let's say. 12 times 10. It's about that. And then when I divide that, I don't know, it ends up being like what, like 4 years of new moons thrown at you in one fucking moon, or 6 years of new moons. Think about it. So you have like 12 or 14, because a month of new moons, right? Because some months are 2 new moons. Like this month we have 2 new moons. That's like 6 years of energy being thrown at you. On top of Mercury, on top of Taurus and Venus and Aquarius, like that, like this is not like, it's like, what the really right now, 6 years of new moons being tossed at you. Whew. Okay I'm gonna see how this one goes. Yeah. So there's that, you know? It's like, fuck, man. So, yeah, big time in our history. The Chariot and the Nine of Cups. It's been 4 years. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, guys. I'm not like worried about it. And it's just intense with all the energy itself being intense and like the global, ascension with people and, you know, war and so many other things that it's all happening at once too, right? So again, not really worried about it. I feel like it kind of like smooth sailing, but like it's gonna be like more ascensions though. So it's just the combination. But I'm not again like I'm not worried about it. It's a new moon. It's not like 4 years of full moons. That would be like disastrous. It's a new moon, right? So it's like we're gonna push all this at you as if I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense. Think about like everything I've been explaining for the last 5 weeks. Like we're just gonna push all the newness, but in order for the newness too, like you gotta get out, you gotta let that go. You gotta so it's like everything's kind of coming in at one. Like you're ending something, but something's coming in, and there's no time in between. It's like you shut the door, and it's like you open another one, or it's like you shut the door and it's already open, and you don't even realize it's fucking open. So it's like that. Yeah, there's lots of conjunctions going on too, and there's a trine this week, or going into May too. That's pretty intense. That trine hasn't happened in a couple years either. Like I briefly look at work. Like I don't really get into it, but I briefly like click on something when I see something. But it's like, oh my gosh. So I just like I said, I just feel like I don't think things are gonna spiral like that, but I do feel like it's gonna happen quickly and it's gonna shock other people. And they're gonna turn around and blame it on you. Like you're the bad guy or you're the one not making sense or you're the one double personalities. And it's like, no, like someone tells me all the time, I've literally the last person I was with, and it's just their own shit, right? But like, you have different personalities. No, I don't. You just haven't seen the best of me because you don't man up or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can go from like let's just hang out and have a good night because that's I feel like drinking and I'm horny. That's not me having two different personalities. That's me getting what I want out of a situation. And then when certain energies hit or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? I'll go right back to being like, what the fuck? Or fuck, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, you got a double personality, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I don't. I don't though. Like this isn't about me. This is about you not doing the right thing. Like you don't even know me because you've been too busy with fucking XYZ than to even focus on us. Get what I'm saying? So you're gonna get a lot of people like that. Like, you sure you want to do that? Or because it's gonna happen so quick. Like they know the door's shut, but they don't realize you already opened another door because they're just not thinking. For instance, someone the other day, oh, you're a double bladed sword, you're a double bladed sword or something. Is as if like I have like two sides, you can't win. No, you can't win. You are not going to win with me if you're doing the wrong fucking thing. And now you want to turn it around and make it my fucking problem? I'm the one. I'm the double bladed, the double edged sword. Oh, I'm the one. No, you just don't want to do what you have to do. So the only thing you know to do is to turn it around on me so you don't have to address the shit that's going on that you need to fucking address. No, right now, motherfucker, you can't fucking win. There's nothing about you or a situation right now where you should fucking win. right? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So trust me, you're gonna have people fucking hitting your ass up, blaming shit on you. Can't believe you did that. You really want to do, like, I'm telling you, like, that's just the way it's gonna go down. It's just the way it is. Too fucking bad. I'm so sorry, but it's over now. Don't fuck with me. I don't have two different personalities. I'm fucking Courtney. I'm spiritual. I'm loving. Like, you had the best of me. They all have the best of me at some point until they stop taking advantage of it, or, putting their own walls up, not being vulnerable. Like, there's always a moment in time where I will let my guard down. So if you decide, you feel that and it's scary and you push away, that's not me having two different fucking personalities because you're seeing the side of me that wants you to pull your fucking shit together. See what I'm saying? So you guys are going to experience a lot of that bullshit. And it came in even last night in that read. But again, I'm so sorry, but it's over now. It's not, is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah. Since you never apologized when you should have fucking apologized umpteen fucking times when you had the opportunity to fucking apologize. What do you call the person that doesn't fucking apologize? What's the word for that person? I forget the name of the word. There's actually a word. It's not like a narcissism. It's not like that. Like it's at the tip of my tongue and I can't think about it. What do you call a person who does not apologize? They're not even using like the words. But that's like, first thing that popped up. Why does it still have a man to apologize? Apologize makes them feel weak or incomplete or incompliant. But there's a word I'm looking for. It pushes them out of their comfort zone, right? But like it's like humiliating. It's like a loss. But there's a word for it, and I can't think of the fucking word for it. And it's not narcissism. I mean, it's part of narcissism, but that's not what it is. It's not popping up. Unsympathetic. No, it's actually like it's like a I can't think of it. It's not even popping up. It's almost like it's like one-sided. Like they probably don't apologize to men either, but it's like one who doesn't apologize to women. It's like a superior thing, or you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like the things I'm explaining. It's not like a fuck. It's at the tip of my tongue. No, it's not like it's actually a fucking word. It's well, those are words too, but it's not a word I use common. It's not a word like that rolls off of people's fucking tongues like that. Like, But anywho, just be aware that energy is coming at you. It's like, all right, now it's my problem. It's just fucking mind blowing. No, you guys are funny. Chauvinistic. You're close. You're close. It is kind of like that, but it's like I get shit like that, like that comment, like double-edged sword or something. That's like being like, I can't win no matter what. No, you can't. You fucking can't because you're the one in the fucking wrong, but you want to turn it around and make it about me. It's like, no, it's not about fucking me. Oh, here comes the trolls. Um, hmm. So he'll pull to the double-edged. Well, I blocked them for the channel, but they got through again. It's the same person that writes shit on my page all the time, and they come in with the same exact line like 10 times. It's like, whatever. I won't be that reader where it's like, let's get rid of the trolls and blah, 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 blah. Like, what are you going to do? Are we going to stop every single one of them? No, we're not. Just ignore them. I know we can hide them, but they're still going to keep coming through. Like if I go to like one of my videos, I happen to go to like one of the videos, like that shit's posted all over there. And I usually like report like pornography, or I usually report. What I got to do is go in and on this computer and physically block. But they'll come at you like with 10 different accounts, 20 different accounts. Like it's, whatever. It only gives AI a chance to be like, all right, well, I got you. Or like, whatever, It's whatever. You're going to get a lot of whatevers. Okay. So it's people who don't want to learn the lessons, and they're going to turn it right around on your ass as if you're the one that's not seeing clearly. They're going to make it sound like, what's wrong with you? It's like, you're so far advanced. You're like 6 years older than them with this ascension. That is like, I mean, I'm like, if you're anything like me, I see some of these text messages and it's like, really, Spirit? Really? 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 And it's almost like there's certain times that I'll block and there's certain times I won't block. There's certain times I'll respond or I won't respond, because it's like, go ahead. You go ahead and keep writing, run your mouth, get drunk, do this. Or like, you go ahead and you keep hitting me up, because you know who's getting those messages? The spirits that have my back. They're the ones receiving those messages. So you want to keep digging your hole, then keep digging your fucking grave. But I literally see shit like that, messages like that, and it's like, it's not even infuriating anymore. And it's like, it's not really triggering. And if it's triggering where I get angry, it's not triggering like I can't handle it. It's triggering to the point where I get angry, where it's like, I can't believe this person's in my fucking life. It's not, I can't believe they're doing this. I can't believe they're saying this. I can't believe they're not getting it. No, it's to the point where I'm saying to myself, I can't believe, like, I still have to like, even like read, like, why is this person this fucking stupid? Like, I feel like some people just never outgrew like high school. They never outgrew what they learned, so they still feel like their tactic to what they use their whole life, even as adult men, like still works on fucking grown ass women. It's fucking mind baffling, dumbfounding. I know. It's like, you think I'm falling for this? Like, I don't even understand what goes through people's heads sometimes. Like, it's so, like, I look at it and I'm like, I almost hope in 2 days, like, you're humiliated and embarrassed, and you go back and you read what you fucking wrote me. Like, I hope you have somewhat of a conscience to realize how fucking stupid you sound. And it's like sometimes it's like you go back and forth, and it's like sometimes I'm like, you know what? It's not even worth going back and forth because they really don't realize what the problem is. Like that's how like they're like it's like they're wired in the head. Like they were wired to be narcissists. They were wired to not apologize to women. They were wired that men were more superior. Like they were wired. You know what I mean? And there's plenty of people that come along people's paths, but they always got away with it. So when they meet their match or they meet somebody that can challenge them, which is probably my spirituals, right? They go in for the same exact tactic, but it don't work for you. But what they don't realize is like you read this shit and you're like, it brings you back to fucking high school. It's like mind baffling that you still have to deal with somebody who acts like a grown ass adult and but is like really has the mentality of a fucking child when it comes to a fucking relationship because no one's ever put them in their fucking place. No one's ever taught them how to treat a fucking woman. And I just look at spirit and I'm like, no, fucking no. I know. I do not want to be that one person that needs to treat a man how to to teach a man how to teach a fucking woman. Like that's a fucking joke, right? Like I don't mind a lesson or two, but the fuck no. No. That's like at the where I'm like, I hope somebody comes in and fucks the brains out of him so he forgets about me. Like that's where I'm at in my head. Oh, you want me to continue to teach this person lessons until he gets it? Oh, fucking no. I will pay $500 and send someone to that motherfucker's doorstep. She better ride him fucking good. Cause I don't want his ass even fucking thinking about me no more. Thinking that he thinks he's so fucking good and what he says and he thinks he's so fucking slick. Nobody. I can't wait for the next fucking victim to walk through your door so you can stop fucking hitting me up thinking you're fucking Mr. Macho fucking Joe Schmo fucking with a magical penis. No. No. The only time you have a magical penis is when I'm drinking a lot of fucking tequila. And if it wasn't magical, I'm gonna make you feel like it's fucking magical. Cause Courtney wants a fucking magical night. Girls are no fucking joke. I don't know where these guys think they're so fucking penises. They're so fucking magical. Because it's not. Okay? We make you feel like it's magical because we want a magical fucking night. They're that fucking dumb that they have not figured that out yet. Okay. Okay. Okay, Bert. Real top-notch fucking men. Spirit keeps fucking sending our way to teach him a lesson. I'm fucking done teaching motherfuckers lessons. You can't figure it out? Get the fuck out of the kitchen. You know? The fuck, man. No, Spirit. No. I'm done. I'm not spiritual. I knew the situation I got into the last couple of years. I already knew. I already knew. I already knew better. I already knew. I knew I was the catalyst. I knew. But then you get to the point where you're like, this contract's fucking over, right? Like, Spirit, you gotta sign off on this. Like, this is just like, you're just wasting my time now. It's time for you to sign off of this. Because if you don't, I'm going to send a whole bunch of girls his fucking way and make him feel real fucking special. And I hope they're stupid fucking women. I hope they're women that love money and do anything. Oh, you're my baby. Like, I got to find those fucking women. Daddy? Yeah, I won't be calling you daddy. I remember the one time in bed with somebody, I just remember him looking me dead in the eyes and was like, call me daddy. I was like, oh my fucking God. Oh my God. And the sex was good too, but I was like, this is a joke. But then you know what? I smartened up. And the next couple times I hooked up with him, I called him daddy. And then that was it. So I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't done that, but it's never been like, Daddy, can I have some money? It was only because you put me in an awkward I remember dying laughing. He was like, I like had to embarrass the shit out of him the first time it went down. But I'm not gonna lie, there was a couple of times I totally played that role for him. I mean, who fucking wouldn't? You never know until you're in that situation, ladies. Okay? You never fucking know. You might get a little more out of it than you intended. But all I'm saying, like, I'm at the point where it's like, I need the contract to be over. Like, you're now just wasting my time. Like, I'm over this. This motherfucker still thinks he's Joe. How long are we going to play? How long does Joe now have to play a fucking role in our lives? No. No, Joe. No, Joe. You don't get to play a role in our lives anymore. You know? I'm going to start sending women to this person's door if this contract isn't up real soon. Like, I'm baffled. Like, how is this contract not up? How is it not over? I think some of you, this person will be in your life for the rest of your life, but just not on the way they think they have you. You know what I'm saying? Some will grow up and realize and apologize and own that shit and become a better person because they want to. And others will be like, no. But you might have use for them 2 years down the road or 4 years down the road if they really got that much fucking money and you want to go in on some type of project or something. You never know why that person's in your fucking life. Okay? So, I don't know. It's going to be different for everybody. Maybe some of you guys will make it. I don't know. But I'm literally looking at this like it's my fucking watch. I'm like, come on, spirit. Like, we're just wasting time, right? You're aware we're just wasting time. I'm always a healer. It doesn't stop. But just because you're a healer, it does not mean that you gotta be nice all the time and deal with other people's bullshit or try to get them to see something. Like when somebody's so much in their fucking ego and their shadow side, it's pointless because they're not conscious of what they're actually fucking doing. So you can be a healer 24/7 and still be a fucking douchebag. Okay? So there's that. I'm living proof that you can be a healer and still be a fucking douchebag. But if I'm a douchebag, you better believe you deserve every fucking ounce of shit I fucking give you. I didn't get to that point in my life or that point in that day and that time for me to lose my fucking shit. And like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to get me to the point of months and months and months of bullshit before I treat you like a fucking asshole. The people I got on my boards off and on are people that take advantages of situations because they think they're fucking magical, or they think because they got money they're successful. Well, you know what? Or they think they're a ladies' man. Spirit's gonna take away all of it. All of it. Oh, you thought you were successful. Oh, the only thing you want to focus on is money. Okay, we're gonna show you how we can take that away. It's like I've literally had people come like in and out and be like, "Oh my god, it's like you're a lucky charm." No, I'm not a fucking lucky charm. It's just I have a good aura. I'm authentic. I'm sincere. And when you're around me, you have fun and you do the right fucking thing. When I leave and you go back to living in the fucking world that you think that you can live and that you think you can manipulate, like it is. I'm not a fucking lucky charm. You're just authentic when I'm around you. And when I'm not around you, you just go back to being a fucking acting like a fucking piece of shit. Right back to fucking money making and fucking I'm Joe over here, you know? So yeah, a lot of shit's about to be eclipsed out. It's time. Even if you still have an open contract, it doesn't mean jack shit. It doesn't mean you still have to engage. It still doesn't mean this. Like, you can literally walk away and block this person and not talk to this person for 6 months and then reconnect in 6 months and see where they're at. That's the type of contract some of you guys have right now. So there's no point in getting your fucking panties in a bunch. That's what I'm saying. Like, new people will come in, new opportunities will come in, and if for some reason you chose another route or somebody else comes into your life and you give that person an opportunity, then their contract ends with the other fucking person because spirit lets you make a fucking decision. Because when you guys actually come into each other's lives at that time, that's when you make the decision to see something through. Every person and situation you walk into is karmic. You have to get through karma with every single person. It takes two people to push through the karma. The last person you guys were dealing with does not want to clean up their own karma. They doesn't want to own their shit. They don't want to, admit they love you. They don't want to tell their family that this is what's going on. They don't want to clean up their own fucking karma. That's what it boils down to. They don't want to clean up their own fucking lies. Because everybody else the whole life has been fucking doing it. And you guys are at the point where it's like, it's either coming down to financial situations or religion. That's like where the two of you guys are at right now. It's a religious factor or it's a financial factor. Because the other woman or the other man, like, it's not like they're in it, but they're not in it like that. Like, that's going to go real fucking quick too. Spirit allowed them to stay in out of the contract at the same time, simultaneously, to see what this person was going to do. Spirit set this person up. That's how karma works. Spirit's not going to put you in a situation that they know you're not strong enough that you can't fucking handle. And just because we're strong enough doesn't mean we don't like our fucking hand being held. So if you take advantage of that, shit's going to go down that way too. Yeah, this last contract that everybody was just in, there was multiple people involved in that contract. And frickin' frack that stayed into it are gonna get fucked in the end. Not the one that took themselves out of it, because frickin' frack can't grow up. Or frickin' frack can't face what's actually fucking happening in front of them. None of them are naive. Nobody in this last contract was naive or blindsided by fucking anybody. Everybody openly went into that last contract knowing that there was a kid's mother, knowing that there was somebody else, knowing there was a toxic family member, knowing whatever it was for you, you went in knowing. I know. I experienced it. You guys experience what I experienced, and we get through it together. So I know. And then we come to this point where we get to see shit and realize shit. And I'm just at the point where it's like, okay, now you're just wasting the fucking time. And spirit knows this energy is just a waste of fucking time at this point because they're not doing what needs to be done. That's when you step the fuck back and you continue to do what you want to do. And trust me, if somebody else walks in or you go to another fucking country, for instance, or you take another fucking job, that's how it's going to go down. And then it's up to you, because that motherfucker always going to come back. Because the score was never, like, whatever that saying is. The motherfucker always going to come back because they don't like to shut doors either. See what I'm saying? Ultimately, you'll have the say in the end of what you want to do and how They chose to go about their shit. And if you want to forgive or you want to move on or you can't fucking be bothered, because it's like that contract's like kind it's like it's not really up, but it's right now it's up. It was designed that way. So you take yourself out of it because frickin' frack don't know how to fucking take themselves out of jack shit. You came in, you were the fucking catalyst to teach this person a fucking lesson. You did it multiple fucking times. Nobody in this last contract was unaware of any fucking situation, whether they thought they had the upper hand or not, because they fucking didn't. At some points, they thought they did, but you're my spiritual, so your gut, certain shit you already knew. And this was a path we took. We kept our mouth shut a lot and we watched shit go down just so we could catch them up. Like it was handled the right way, even though it seems like at some points it wasn't. And when you hit somebody up and you do this and it's like, oh, it's a mistake. It's not actually really a mistake because you realize a day or two later, like you actually needed to do that to benefit you. So it might look like a mistake, but it's not a fucking mistake. It only pushed you further and empowered you more to tell that person to fuck off because it's a strong contract. You are for real dealing with somebody who thinks you like literally are the one. You know what I mean? Like I know this person's like the one. Like but they also expect you to come in and clean up their shit. They expect you to know what they need. They expect you to take care of them. Like it's like every other fucking woman that has in the fucking past. Or they think they can because they were wired that way. They don't want to reprogram what they were taught. And what they were taught was fucking wrong. And they're aware of what they were taught was fucking wrong, but they still choose not to step out of their shit knowing that it's fucking wrong because you're dealing with somebody who doesn't even fucking apologize for the fucking mistakes that they make. You know how they apologize? I'm sorry that hurt you. Did you ever get, I'm sorry I hurt you? Yeah, like you're dealing with a fucking, it is what it is. So step the fuck out and you're moving on. They come back in 6 months, 2 weeks. You know what to do. 2 fucking years. You know what to do. You don't even got to worry about it at this point. It ultimately comes down to what you choose and what they actually did on their end to make situations right. You're dealing with people right now that refuse to change because they don't think they need to. So spirit is going to teach them the hard way. And spirit does not want you to sit around for that. They don't expect you to wait while they clean up their shit. Do not wait. And half of these people are going to figure that out when you leave them anyway, because they no longer have that distraction. So when they start playing takeaway on all ends, they have no choice but to then change their perspective and realize, why didn't that work out? Where'd my charm go? See what I'm saying? Like they think about it in a fucked up way too, but whatever way they need to think about it, it's still going to get them somewhere or it's not. But I'm literally at the point where I'm like, this is wasting my time. And I'm praying that, hi spirit, I'm praying that literally somebody else comes in and takes my place because I don't want no part of it no more. And they're still not in the headspace where they can see what really went wrong. And they're not trying to fix it. They're putting zero effort into it. And they're making things your fault as if there's something wrong with you. Are you okay? Are you really okay? Like they're literally turning everything around on you, which is typical. So again, it's no one's in the stage where you can really talk it out with this energy yet. So don't let them trick you into thinking that there's any type of sincerity. Because if there was, it would be, I'm sorry, can we have a conversation? It'd be, you're not getting that. You're still getting their ego. You're still getting Joe who thinks he has a magical fucking penis. It's 7:00. I was going to do a past life read for you, but we know it takes forever. I do have tomorrow off. I have a nail appointment at 9, so I'll come back and we'll do a past life reading. I will throw you one card. Tomorrow. What is that? Oh, damn. Look what just came out. Ace of Cups. But look at this storm. But it's still the Ace of Cups. It's still a new opportunity. Okay? So there's going to be a new emotional opportunity possibly tomorrow, whether it's good or bad. All I see is the fucking shit storm. All I see is the storm. Maybe somebody realizes, because the cup is full. I can see the drip going in, the backsplash, you know what I mean? So the cup is full. Dragon represents spirituality, the spiritual world too. So it's almost like this is in spirit's hands. It's a 1. So it's a new opportunity. And I know the energy has shifted, guys, because last night we had the Ace of Wands, the World, and the Fool. All right. So the last card in the deck is the World, closing a chapter. The Fool is a brand new opportunity, and you have the Ace. So you had every card that shows a brand new door opening. Okay. And it's not with this person. And that's a good thing, because they've wasted enough of your fucking time. You've wasted enough of your time. Their head is so far up their fucking ass. If they would even listen to me talk, they'd be laughing, just thinking like, this chick's ego. And it's like, no, it's not my ego. All right. They can't even they're not in a headspace where they see like they're wrong. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you're wasting your time. So with the World, you're closing that chapter, right? And with the Fool, it's a new spiritual journey. Spirituals do not turn their back to a new spiritual journey. And then, and in case spirit was like, they might not take it, they're throwing in the Ace of fucking Wands. So you fucking take it. Get what I'm saying? You're not going to turn your back to whatever this is. It's not a fucking thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like the person you're dealing with, like they still think they have the upper hand. Like as if like spirit doesn't come first in your fucking world. Like that's the type of person you're dealing with. They don't know how to separate an emotional relationship and what you do for work, or they don't know how to separate an emotional relationship in your belief. They don't know how to separate it. They just look at it like there's a religious factor and they can't deal. Like they don't know how to separate things. They just don't. So until they figure it out, you're getting your match fucking lit. And that could be karma on their fucking end, because they had the wheel with the 5 of Pence. So however this goes down, so be it. Because when you were in the 5 of Pence energy for probably a lot longer than they were, their match was lit. They were having their cake and fucking eating it too. Well, now they're going to get left with fucking crumbs. But trust me, you were left with crumbs a lot longer than they were. So don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? So, Ace of Cups. It could be a shit storm for them. But again, it's still a new opportunity, right? So, I just looked at the bottom of the deck. 3 of Cups. Like, oh, shit. I had a chance, but I held on to the fucking past. Yeah, no, like, what over that? And they're just realizing it. Just because they're realizing they love you, just because they're realizing stuff now does not mean that you just go back into something because now the time is right for them. No. The time for you is to go in another fucking direction right now for you to actually analyze if you even want to give this person any more fucking minutes of your fucking time. That's the situation they're being put into. That's the situation you're being asked to go into. A new situation. Like, I'm telling you right now, even if your contract is not over, it is right now. I'm so sorry, but it's over now. You have the fucking world. You are not going to turn your back on a spiritual fucking journey. And to boot, Spirit is giving you the fucking Ace of Wands. Ace of Cups, Two of Pence, and Justice. Karma. Karma, because someone's not finding the fucking balance. The scales need to be balanced, and they're not balanced right now. You're dealing with somebody who, past life, clearly, you've had past lives together. And because they just didn't find that fucking balance, here's justice. All right. And you got the King of Pence. Look at this one trying to take off with his little treasure box full of money. This is usually somebody reliable, solid. That could be a lawyer. I doubt this is a judge whipping down a gavel. But someone's going to try to hit you up with the Eight of Wands right behind it. But it looks like, if anything, like it's almost like they're hitting you up because karma's hitting them. Careful someone's not looking at you as a good luck fucking charm. Oh, everything's better when she's around. Well, that's because she's authentic and you had something real and pure in front of you. That's why. But the minute you leave, they go right back to what it is they're doing without even like realizing, like, wow, like maybe I am a better person around this person. Maybe I should try to be a better person. Maybe I should try to put some effort in. No, they go right back to fucking pushing the fucking numbers or dealing with family shit or just Joe smoking fucking cigarettes thinking they're fucking cool. Masturbating with their magical dick that they think they have. Okay. So this energy is going to hit you up. But the Three of Wands is reversed. Like, you're not waiting. Four of Swords is reversed. You woke up. The sun. Clarity. Three of Swords. Like, it is what it is. So they're probably going to get some type of message tomorrow or soon regarding money, or this is coming towards you. Could be a lawyer. But it really boils down to the emotional aspect. So if somebody is putting money before love, Spirit's not having that right now. You know? So I just really wanted one card for that Ace of Cups because it doesn't look you got the Hangman. Yeah, needing to change their perspective. But what I also want to mention in the very beginning of this read, strength. Yeah, someone's going to need a lot of strength with the Ten of Pentacles. There's something with money going down. It could be work too. But things at work are probably not even going good for this person either right now. But Elon Musk, I've been watching all that shit. You see all the major fucking losses he's taking a hit right now for? I was like, oh, somebody got themselves in a fucking pickle. Oh, did you see his fucking Tesla car that was on autopilot that crashed into a $3 million plane? Yeah, that car seems safe. Like, who in their right mind, before I even started talking about Elon, would buy a car or be comfortable enough to get in the back of a car knowing that a computer is driving you around? I'm certainly not. I love how all this is coming out. You know what I mean? Like ups and downs, and then the Tesla stock went down. millions. Like, it's just like, okay. Spirit is definitely put him in a position with Twitter exactly where he wanted him. But he didn't expect this type of fucking all the certain stocks and shit to go down. He didn't see that coming. Luckily, he's got all these other companies where he can have his ups and downs, but like, it's his now. What's he got it for like 6 years? If he wants to give it back, doesn't he have to dish out like $6 billion or $1 billion? Or like something insane? Like, whatever, he's not going to recover from whatever this is. Like, and I know it's like it's just starting. He just took over. Like, things are gonna change. Like, a lot of people went off of Twitter, but a lot of people went on Twitter. All sorts of stuff. But this was the initial. This was the setup. You know, I really thought it was gonna be months of like him being like, ooh, but it seems to be like the minute he made that deal, like everything is affecting him in every way. Like every little asset, like this stock, that stock, this company, like it's just like I don't know, but every time I like click on the little computer, I'm like, oh, okay, and here we go. I bet you all those people that are heavily invested in him in stocks are shitting their fucking pants right now. I don't know what he was thinking to run the world's biggest global fucking instant. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, it's just, and there's all this talk like it's like he wants to like renege on the fucking deal now, and it's like, nope. That's why that contract is there. What does he have? Not 6 years, 6 months. He has until like October to back out of it. But how much does he got to pay if he wants to back out of the deal? Funding and money he doesn't have. How much does Elon Musk have to pay to back out of the Twitter deal by October? $1 billion. If he wants to back out now. It would have to be a termination fee if he doesn't go through with the $44 billion acquisition. So now now he's like, I don't know. $1 billion is a lot of money, guys. $1 billion. I know like that 44 billion that he was putting into it, but that's all coming from like funding and shit. You know what I mean? He doesn't just have who's gonna fund $1 billion for him to back out of something. I don't think there's anybody that's gonna be like, all right, well, we're gonna get a whole bunch of investors together and we're gonna help you put together that $1 billion for you to back out of the agreement that you wanted so fucking badly. So now it's yours. Go fund me. So now it's yours, Elon. Now it's yours. Twitter is now yours. What are you going to do with it? I almost wanted to get on Twitter and tweet. Didn't you find yourself in a pickle? Like, and I feel like I keep getting pushed and pushed. I opened up a Twitter. I had already had one. And I haven't done anything with it. It's still private. I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? You want me to talk shit about the person? That fucking, like, I'm just like, is this a joke? But it's almost like, I did it on like the 9th before it all went down. I was dying laughing. I had a Twitter a long time ago. I stopped using it. I never really used it. But they had me set up an account. So I don't know the purpose on why, because I'm not gonna go on someone's like account and personally like bash him like that. Like there's no reason. Like I have other platforms, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna use that to kind of like blog. So I'll let you know when it's up and running. So my intention is to really blog on it instead of actually going to a blogging website like that. There's so much more circulating there to blog on or to, you know what I mean? So again, once I have that up and running, I'll let you know. So again, like I'm not on it to like go on there and be like, oh, but I mean, when I started seeing all this shit, like I was laughing. I was like, oh, I really wanted to like my first tweet to be like, oh, so you're finding yourself in a bit of a fucking pickle, are you? It is what it is, you know? That's what happens when you get greedy. I'm so sorry, but it's over now. They've gone. So, yeah, it's just the beginning of the whole I don't know what you're calling it. They're showing me like all the stalkers in like New York and all the people that are in there, like the what do you call them? Like I'm seeing like the bidders on horses, like real quick, making a bid. You know what I mean? Stockbrokers, but like stock. What the fuck is that called? Stock. I don't even think stock's in it. It's where it's like the stocks are flipping every second, every minute. Stock market. I think there's a different word for it though. There's a different word for it. It's the yes, it's a stock market, but like the people that sit there and watch the TVs and the computers and all, like what do you call that? Like yeah, I know what we're talking about stocks, but it's got its own word. It's mm-mm. It's like you see it in like the movies and shit. Like what's that one with not Al Pacino, Leonardo DiCaprio. Um I think Tom Hanks was in one. The stock exchange, the stock it's like it has its own like it's the exchange, but it's one big I think it's a stock exchange. Yeah, daily traders, but I think it's called the stock exchange. Wall Street Exchange, the stock exchange. Yes, something like that. I think it's called the stock exchange. So that whole world's crumbling. Like it's more like the market will crash, right? It will rebuild itself. Um, I don't know how many times it's gonna crash before AI rebuilds it a different way. It might crash a couple times, but I think it's only gonna crash like one more time before AI is like, all right, we're gonna rebuild this. It's a stock exchange. So um that's where it's starting. And it's also starting with the big wigs that are in the public eye. And a lot of them are linked to the biggest stocks. You know what I mean? So a lot of money being lost. And it already started. So But things like that have to change. Like the things with war and electronics, like it's going to change. Stock market's going to change. The environment's going to change. The land is going to change. The ocean's going to change. Everything has to change. Has to come back into the universe has to come back into balance. And the only way to do that is for everything to crumble, to come back to be built from ground up again. And I'm telling you, Bitcoin, like all that, like that, um, like, um, like Bitcoin. There's a couple other ones like that will all be gone. Like international, like hiding money, like that's gonna be going down the shitter too. Like that was one of those things where you make good money off of it for a while if you invest in crypto. Yeah, when you invest in it and at the right time. But you better know when the fuck to pull out because that's just not lasting either. It's just not. And it just doesn't seem practical and make sense in like people's heads, like the brokers' heads, like when I can say shit like that. But AI will pull it off where that shit does not exist. AI owns that shit. AI controls that shit. It can shut it down in a blink of a fucking eye. Whoops. Whoops. And then we don't have human beings smart enough to get it fucking up and running again. So that's how shit's gonna go down. Whoops. Another depression. Yeah. Inflammation, all that. I said inflammation. um, yeah, all that shit. Yeah. Yep. And then it's gonna get rebuilt. And then it's up to humanity to see how shit plays out. That's all going down in the next year or two. Hopefully only a year. But it could last 2 years. So but I mean I really thought Elon Musk was like I thought he was gonna be like a couple months of like on a fucking high. And it's like right now it's like, whoa, instant. And that might be normal, but I don't think so. I think what's happening right now is just the beginning of the downfall. It's like every something's happening. Like the only thing positive that was like even like the headline news was something like, well, SpaceX is launching another something like to the moon, but there's still something with that where there's going to be some type of interference. So I don't know what that's all about, but I know it's something like that. And I've been watching Natalie. I don't know for those who have been watching her, if you've noticed, she's trying so hard to talk about Elon Musk. Like Elon. I said Elon. Because she was saying Leon. She was like saying Leon. Like she was saying so many things. And then like a minute later she mentioned SpaceX. In one of the videos I watched today briefly, she mentioned something else. She just doesn't know the name because she doesn't follow politics. And neither do I like that. But I'm waiting for somebody to be like, Elon Musk. Like, but I was like, I almost was so tempted to text her today to be like, this is what you're trying to say. But I don't want to say it. And I don't want nobody else to say it either. Like, I'm waiting for Spirit to deliver a message to see what she has to say about it. But it's not a coincidence. Like I said, like me and her, we're kind of always like, it's different because it's like different. I almost said latitude and longitude. So I don't know if we're working at different parts of the fucking universe. It's at the tip of her tongue and it's driving me fucking nuts. And I wanted to text her so bad. And I didn't. I was like, nope, I'm waiting for her to say it. And none of her subscribers, nobody's even saying his name. I'm like, oh, it's killing me. But I'm dying to find out like what she has to say. And she's talking about something launching and landing, like, and I don't even think she realizes SpaceX is a company right now. I think she's not placing it because she's not looking into it, right? She's just like kind of like channeling or whatever. But I'm just like, oh, it's killing me. I almost texted her to be like, Elon Musk. But I don't want to. I want to see what she has to say. But right now, she doesn't have a good vibe on it. And me and her, off and on, like, I'll say something, she'll say something. Like, I'll have a video and I'll say, and then I'll go watch a video that she did last week, and she had already said something like I said, or I said something really similar. And I'm like, oh, other people must pick up on this. But I'm so over that because me and her have been doing that for 4 years back and forth. When me and her are on fucking fire, it's it's just the same words. It's said a different way. But you guys have picked up on that. You've picked up on that years ago. But I'm just like, it's at the tip of her tongue and it's killing me. I'm like, she's gonna say it. And I'm like, I don't understand why nobody's not being like Elon Musk. Like they'll look up like Leon or like they're like, but I'm like, it's right there. And now she's like, there's something with water. But I've been saying that for like a month now. She's like, there's something with water, like it's not good. Like so, like the ocean, like she's starting to pick up on it. And now she's starting to pick up on colors when I mentioned like she calls it Grinch green the last couple days. I've been calling it night vision. So like she's like, I'm just like, so now I'm like more interested like watching, but like I can't watch the whole thing because it still boils down to like the same situation I can't stand like to listen to anymore. You know what I mean? I'm like, she's like reading my story, your story, a different way, you know? Um so I listen to more of like I think she calls them astro chats or something. Like I listen to like those, and that's like where like she's saying like a lot of her stuff. So um you you'd be interested to like watch her again. But here's the thing, like she'll be like, "Oh, see, like this resonates. Like if you go to Sag, like last year, if you go to Sag and you go to the reading," and I'm like, basically, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, that's like saying, like, what's the point of watching this fucking video? Like, if you're saying we're in the same energy as last year, then what's the point of us watching this fucking video? Like that part still fucking bothers me, man. At least it's not like, oh, go watch the Corona. I mean, she'll throw that in here and there, but not like she was. So at least that went back a notch. But like she just caught her another video. I think this came in like last year's feed. Yeah, it was last year. You might want to go watch that one. And it's like, drives me nuts when she does that. But everybody will relate to last year's fucking read. For those who are in the same situation, you know? So, but I don't think you get like triggered. Like she'll say to a lot of people, like trigger warning or whatever. Like, but I don't even think it's going to trigger you. I think if you're anything like me, you're just like, all right, let's talk about work. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just, it's not that it's repetitive, like, because my stuff can be repetitive too. I think we're just all at that point where we're just like, I don't want to hear this story anymore. Like, and she'll be right there with you. Like, and she'll even tell you, she's like, I don't think you're in this situation anymore, but this person, but it's like, so it's like really, it's like she's targeting the ones that like, it's still actually triggering. It's not triggering us like that. It's a different type of trigger. They're not triggering us. The story's not triggering us. It is, we're so far advanced in a short period of time where it's more frustrating hearing her or me say the same shit. Cause it's like, oh, what the fuck? You know? Thank you, darling. Oh no, I didn't want one of those.
Well, after half.
All right, thank you. So but you guys will, you're absolutely relate, and she'll start telling you stuff too, where it's like stuff like everything you hear from her, you're already hearing from me and vice versa. It's just a matter of like when it's being said. But the Elon Musk thing, I'm like, say it. And in one of her videos the other day, she's like, Elon? She's like, no. She's like, I'm seeing it like Leo, but like spelt in different ways with an N on it. Like, I'm just like, oh, you're killing me. Just say it. I'm so curious. So I know she's talking about like the SpaceX thing. Like I know she's talking about I think she's getting at like big like asteroids, like things like that, but it's also linked to um it's linked to SpaceX, like something like so I don't know like what's launching, what's like I don't know, but I do feel like she's on to something there that I haven't picked up on yet that is going to come in, I'd say in the next 3 to 6 months. And it has to do with SpaceX. I don't really care to look into it, but I do honestly feel like what she is reading right now is going to come in 3 to 6 months regarding SpaceX and something like landing. Like, so I don't know, I'm not quite sure what that is yet. It's only a matter of time. So I just want to drink something with the cover on. I don't know what type of message that is. So um I'm waiting for that. Um So I'm assuming more on like her astro chats and stuff like that will start coming out. I'm glad she started doing those because I don't like care to watch the other ones because it's the same story that everybody else is reading. It's just a matter of what type of following you have. You know, it's like we're just waiting to see what happens here. You know, like okay, where are we getting launched into now? What next? Like phase one complete. Going into phase two. So I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Ready to get it. What's up, Beyonce? Ready for something random. But anybody know? I'm ready. I think it's Beyonce. No, it's a stock exchange. That's the word I was looking for. That's what it was. That's the word I was looking for, which is on Wall Street. But I don't remember exactly what I was saying. That I was just, it was what I was seeing. And that's what I was looking for. It was what I was seeing in my head, which was the stock exchange. So it's gonna be crazy, guys, because it really is. Like I've said before, and I really feel like it really is, the truth. Where in 5 years from now, like this will be like the biggest historical event that'll be talked about for an extremely long time if humanity can pull their shit together. Like that's where we're at right now. Everyone thinks it's just like this or that. Like it's going to be a combination of things all going down simultaneously for a year or more. So it's a lot. Everything's got to crash. Everything, unfortunately. The war is going to be devastating. Countries are going to be taken out by electronics or Mother Earth. I really think Mama Earth wants to add some continents. Like, I don't know what she's doing right now, but it won't be the same after she rattles. And the universe is so unbalanced too. All their asteroids and meteorite, like all this stuff that is just like landing and missing Earth and all that. Like, it's still landing where it's supposed to land, even if it's in the ocean. It's still landing like where it shakes the core, the crust, Earth's crust, right? So it's I really think it's going to be devastating, unfortunately, but it's like it has to get to that point in order to find its the balance again the right way. Is everything has to be broken and get fixed again. It's not just one thing here and one thing there, and it's what we've allowed over umpteenth years right in our noses to grow so big. And AI is only going to get bigger. The more space we build for AI, it's going to get bigger and smarter. And they're working on it. But even the scientists are hesitant because they know it's going to get bigger and stronger. And they know humans will not be able to control the intelligence anymore. Like, that's where they're at with AI. AI just the more space it has, it just grows and grows and grows. Right now, it's out of space, not like out of space, like outer space. Like, it's physically out of space. Like, they're trying to accommodate by making bigger buildings and places for it to keep growing. So there's a new bird flu that's killing people too. Remember I said something about Saudi Arabia, but that was, I think, in like not India, or maybe it might have been. But there was something with Saudi Arabia with the cows and stuff that was going to be coming in too. But I think it's India right now that might be looking like a heat wave or something, which brings in all the new strands of all the new shit. So I wonder if I was off on um, where it was going to be at, but I'm not sure. Um, so it's going to be a tough year, if not more. There's going to be a lot going on too, and you still got to live your life and happiness and change and evolve, right? Can't hold yourself back. So, anywho, all right. Well, I'm gonna relax because it's been a long day. I literally walked through the door, was telling my mom the situation. I came on YouTube to kind of tell you guys the situation with work, and um, my throat's kind of hurting a little bit. So I'm sorry. I know it's so contagious, so I'll come on tomorrow. We'll do a past life reading. Um, let's say by 10:30, 11 o'clock. I should be on. 11 at the latest. Say around 11. And then yeah. So long day, a lot of energy. We just got to figure out how to flow through this, and it's going to be a challenge, I think, for everybody, no matter what stage of life you're in, because just energetically and globally, and so there's that. So I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. It's only a day away. We shall see you then. Love you guys.